Hey everyone, my name is Nicole, and in today's video, I'm going to be talking about how much money I made in my first year selling on Etsy with print on demand. Let's get started. So I opened my Etsy shop on January 15th, 2020, using the Printful Etsy integration in order to sell print on demand products. For those of you who are not familiar, Etsy is a large e-commerce marketplace with a focus on handmade products, and Printful is a print on demand production partner that prints our products and ships them directly to the customer, so I don't even have to see or touch the physical product. So, with that all being said, I'm going to show you a full month by month breakdown with exactly how much I made in revenue and profit, as well as how many units I sold each month from January 2020 to January 2021. Let's get started with January 2020. I made one sale at a revenue of $11, and my profit for January was negative $5.80. So, as you can see down on the graph, I made my first sale on January 26th. And if you remember in the first slide a couple minutes ago, I said that I opened my shop on January 15th. So that's only 11 days of each other. So I made my first sale within 11 days of opening my shop. Now, I think that's pretty good. Some people it takes longer, some people get lucky and it takes less time, but in my case, I'm really lucky and grateful for that. Because obviously it could have taken a lot longer, but it didn't in my case, so I'm super happy about that. And I think I had around 20 products listed, maybe 15 products listed on Etsy when I got the sale, which was pretty cool. Um, I even I actually have the product in the next slide, which I'm going to show you in a second. But I didn't make any profit this month, but I really wasn't about it because one, it was my first shot on Etsy. It was my first sale. I didn't really know what I was doing. I was still kind of getting used to print on demand and, getting used to like all the costs associated with it. I wasn't too familiar with it yet. So I was just kind of breaking myself into this. And, I realize now, looking back, that I charged way less than I should have for this product that I sold. And, I ended up making no profit, but, that's business. You're not always going to have a profitable month no matter what you're selling. I'm still grateful that I even made one sale in, my first month, my first 11 days of being on the platform. That's still really good. And also, I think this was an international order. I forget what country the customer was in, but it was definitely not in the US, so I overpaid for shipping also because I offer free shipping on most of my listings, and at that time, I offered free shipping on all my listings just so I can draw in buyers. So that's what I did. Those are the reasons why I didn't make any profit. So, yeah. So now I'm going to show you guys the first product that I ever sold on Etsy. This was my sale on January 26th, 2020. I'll always remember this. Now, before I show you, why don't you take a moment to guess what it is? Just to give you a hint, if you were on the internet back in December 2019, early 2020, that time, there was a really popular meme that was all over Instagram and Twitter. I'm sure you'll remember this. It was pretty good. A lot of people were talking about it, and there were just so many memes about it. So I decided to kind of take a chance and try to capitalize on it, and that's what I did, you know? And at the time, I didn't think that it was still popular because it came out like the month or two before, but it ended up selling. Someone bought it. So why don't you take a second, guess what it is? I'm sure you'll remember it. I'm sure some people still talk about it, but I haven't heard about it in a while. Alright, so I'm gonna show you guys. Okay, Boomer. That was the meme that I'm referring to. But also take a second and look at the product. It's literally a simple white mug from Printful. I sell a lot of these, by the way. But look at the design. Like, it's literally just text based. There's no crazy design on it or anything, and someone still bought it, you know? So those of you that are out there and you're thinking like, oh, I'm not an artist, so like I can never do print on demand because I gotta design all the products. Like, you don't have to be an artist. Like, you can literally just slap some text on there. Like, this is literally 2 words with like a really simple font that I just slapped on a mug, and I also slapped it on a couple of other products, and it's still sold. Someone bought it, someone paid money for it. Hopefully that person is still using the mug to this day because it's been over a year now. But still, someone cared enough, someone liked it enough to buy it. So, you don't have to be a graphic designer or an artist, because I know that I'm not, but, I'm still able to make designs that sell. So, really, like, it doesn't have to be complicated. It can literally just be this. Alright, so let's move on to February 2020. I did 4 sales at a revenue of $30.50, and my total profit ended up being negative 70 cents. Again, I'm not proud of this, but I am working my way up to $1 at this point. But I was still proud of myself. I made 4 sales, so now I'm at 5 sales at this point in my journey, so that was pretty exciting at the time. Obviously, being in the negative again is not something to be proud of, but I think around this time I was selling a lot of mugs and stickers, but I was definitely consistently uploading new designs to Printful and Etsy each day, so at least I had a little bit of consistency going on. Alright, let's take a look at March 2020. So I did 2 sales this month, and if you can look at the graph, they're literally like 2 days apart from each other, and then the rest of the month is just totally blank. At a revenue of $8.82, and then my total profit on the month was negative $2.71. So I don't know what went wrong there. I think I was selling stickers. Those might have been sticker sales. I might have underpriced them and had to overpay for shipping if the customers were in a different country. That happens sometimes. It's not ideal, but it's print on demand, and and when you're online on a marketplace, you get customers from all over the world, which I think is really cool, but sometimes you overpay for shipping and other costs like the VAT, which is the value added tax, which is in Europe, and it's so annoying to pay. I don't know why we have to pay it if we live here, but it's kind of annoying, but we gotta do it. So that was March of 2020. So this is April 2020. April was my first profitable month on Etsy. Really exciting for me at the time. Stickers were a hot seller for me, thanks to a certain trend that blew up on the internet during the time. So if you guys can remember April 2020, honestly, I don't think anyone can't remember April 2020. This was literally when like lockdowns started going on. Everyone was not like out of school and out of work. Everyone was just at home binge watching Netflix and going on walks and doing all that stuff. And also as a result of that, people were shopping online. So places like Etsy and Amazon, they were just blowing up even more than they already were. And people were just buying things, and it was just crazy. It was a crazy time for e-commerce. So if you were selling online during this time, you probably did pretty well, And even for me, who was just starting, I thought it was pretty good. I was making sales almost every day this month. Starting on, it looks like April 8th on the graph. And yeah, I mean, it looked like a pretty smooth month looking back. So I'm not going to tell you which design it was or which Netflix show the design was inspired by, but it was very popular during quarantine. You probably already know what I'm talking about. You probably watched it. But yeah, I decided to take that trend and capitalize on it because you can make a lot of money in print on demand with trends, as I've had a lot of experience with this year and last year. So I did 18 sales in April 2020 at a revenue of $298.75, and my total profit was $15.90. So this was my first profitable month. I know you're probably thinking like, oh, $15 is not a whole lot of money, But to me, it was a huge win for me at the time. It gave me more hope that, like, I can do this. I can, if I just keep being consistent and, uploading new listings every day, then eventually, that number is going to go up. So that's what I did. I just stuck with it, and this was just a very good month, in my opinion. All right, so let's move on to May 2020. I did 22 sales this month with a revenue of $330.78, and my total profit on the month was $57.58. So in the graph, if you can tell, May 3rd was actually my highest sales day on the month. I think, if I remember correctly, I did like $67 in revenue, and I think I might have sold like 3 things that day. One of them might have been like a t-shirt or something. Because I remember I was selling t-shirts at the time, but I think my biggest seller was stickers, and I was also selling a lot of neck gaiters because face masks and stuff became a requirement around this time. And I think I was selling some hoodies. I know I sold some hoodies back in April, but not a whole lot. But this was another good month for me. Obviously, I made more profit this month than I did back in April, so that was exciting for me. The sales were pretty consistent. There were only a few days in May that I didn't make a sale. Most of the month, I made at least 1 sale per day, so that was very exciting for me. So let's look at June. I did 17 sales at a revenue of $179.25, and my total profit ended up being $19.56. So obviously this went down from May, but still not a whole lot to complain about because, number one, like, I was still making sales, and there's really nothing to complain about when I am making sales. It wasn't a huge month. It started off kind of slow, but then it started picking up towards the end of the month, I guess because summer was starting and people wanted to buy new things or whatever. So July 2020, I did 17 sales again at a revenue of $164.08, and my total profit ended up being $11.99. So not a huge month. Again, there was it looks like almost a week of no sales at all in the middle of the month, from the 15th to the 21st, but it started picking back up again at the end of the month, which is always good. So let's get to August. I only did 8 sales this month with a revenue of $71.36, and my profit was $8.45. So not a big month at all. I think the reason why you don't see 8 things on the graph is because I think 1 or 2 of the orders ended up getting canceled for whatever reason, and this is all it left me with. So not an exciting month at all. It was very dead for most of the month, but I was consistently listing new products. I think I was focusing more on t-shirts at this point instead of stickers, and I can't remember what else. Maybe I think I was doing mugs also, but I wasn't selling a whole lot, as you can tell from this graph. So let's move on to September. So this was the month that I created my first best-selling design on Etsy. Unfortunately, it got taken down in January of this year because of an IP infringement claim, which actually happens a lot in print on demand. I remember creating the design itself on September 13th, and I originally put it on a t-shirt. I then expanded it to mugs and hoodies, and I think one other product. But I started out on a t-shirt. And the crazy thing is, I saw my first sale with that design literally 2 hours later that same night, which I thought was crazy at the time because that was the quickest someone's ever bought anything on my Etsy shop. And on September 20th, I did 7 sales in a single day, which was my day at the time. So I did 34 sales at a revenue of $861.59, and then my total profit ended up being $123.47. So it started off pretty slow, as you can see in the graph, and then it picked up towards the end of the month because my best-selling design started picking up speed and it started kind of blowing up on Etsy, and it ended up being on the first page of search results for certain keywords. So let's get into October. October, as you know, is the first month of Q4, quarter four. So I started seeing those early holiday sales. Thanks to that one design that I made back in September, it started blowing up even faster. I had a pretty good start to the month and a pretty good start to quarter four in general. So I'm really not, I think I made sales every day except for October 7th, it looks like. So my sales were pretty consistent in October. I did 98 sales, which is insane compared to other months. And I did $3,349.58 in revenue, which I thought was crazy at the time and never thought I could do it. And I did $767.43 in profit in October, which again was crazy compared to months past. So November, it was my biggest month of sales in revenue in 2020. This was due to Black Friday sales going on, and I was running sales with my shop almost every week in November. I did a huge Black Friday sale in November, like towards Black Friday. So I did one of those sales, and I think I did a couple other sales. So I ended up doing 166 sales at a revenue of $4,880.98, and then my profit was $933.23. So December 2020 was definitely my most profitable month, and I crossed over 1K in sales, well, in profit, which was very exciting for me at the time because I did not think I could do it. I did 148 sales at a revenue of $4,469.54, and my profit was $1,257.41. Very exciting. In the graph, I made a sale pretty much every day in December. Unfortunately, like after Christmas, it started slowing down a bit, but just because people were done buying gifts for family members and friends for the holidays, but I was still making sales, so there was nothing to complain about there. Still, it was an insane month for me. It was just an insane month. So let's move on to January 2021, the start of quarter one and the start of the new year. It was a pretty strong start, I would say. But this was the month that one of my best-selling designs got taken down, as I mentioned back in the September slide. In September 2020, that's when I made the design. So I was selling it for about 4 months until it got taken down, unfortunately. But I can't complain because a few of my other designs were selling well at the end of the month, and those designs were primarily on mugs, and I think I got one hat sale too, because I had just started selling hats in January. So this year, one of my goals is to start selling more hats, both on Etsy and Amazon. So we're going to see where that goes. I'll probably keep you updated. I did 34 sales at a revenue of $938.15, and I ended up doing a profit of $211.92. So not a bad month at all compared to... So I wanted to include this in the video because I just want to show you guys what a difference a year makes. As you can see, in January 2020, I only made one sale and I literally made no profit, negative $5 in profit. But in January of this year, in 2021, I made 34 sales and I made over $200 in profit. So, that just goes to show the difference that you can see in just 1 year. I mean, obviously I've made more money than this throughout 2020, but But still, I just think that like the difference is honestly just astonishing, and I hope that, you know, those of you that are out there that are doing print on demand, whether it's on Etsy or Redbubble or Merch by Amazon or whatever, you know, don't give up, because obviously it's hard at first. You're not going to make sales, you know. it, it's just it's really challenging at first, and you know, you're not going to get where you want to be, you know, in your first week. Obviously it's going to take time. You know, obviously I didn't start seeing good results for, you know, quite a few months in 2020, as you can tell in my video. But, you know, don't give up. All right, just keep going, be consistent, you know, list new products every day, make new designs every day. Do what you got to do in order to put yourself on a path that can eventually, you know, lead to profit and, you know, lead to many more sales and all that. So it's just something to keep in mind. That's why I wanted to include this in here, to kind of just show you like that, like if I can do it, so can you. Like, it just takes consistency and never giving up. Okay, so now I want to show you my total revenue for my first full year on Etsy. Before I recorded this video, I took the time to add up all the revenues from each of the different slides, the different months, and I got the total number. So let's see. So in my first full year on Etsy, I made $15,594.38. So not bad for my first year. Obviously, some people make a lot more than this, some people make a lot less than this, but me, I'm very happy with this. And obviously, my goal is to double that this year in 2021, so we will see. So now I want to show you my total profit for my first full year on Etsy. Just like with the revenues, I took the time before recording this to add up all the profits that you saw in all the slides, all the different months of me selling on Etsy. So let's take a look at what it is. I made $3,397.73 for my first year on Etsy in profit. So still, this is really good. When I first started, I definitely did not expect this. But really, like, it takes hard work and consistency, and you can definitely get to this point. Like I said, obviously, people make a lot more than this, some people make a lot less than this, but me, I'm happy with this. Obviously, I want to see that number double or even triple this year, so we will see, but I will keep you guys updated. So now I just want to say thank you for watching. I hope you got some value out of this, and I hope this kind of inspires you to either start your Etsy print on demand shop or continue moving forward with it. So I just want to end the video on a positive note. This is one of my favorite quotes. It says, "You only fail when you stop trying." So I think this definitely relates to print on demand and online business in general. There's really no such thing as failing unless you actually stop trying. So there's really no way that you can fail if you just keep moving, you keep doing something little by little each day. There's no way you could possibly fail, right? So again, thank you so much for watching. I hope you got value out of this. And if you did, you know, please consider liking the video, maybe even consider subscribing to my channel. It would really mean a lot to me, and I appreciate it a lot. And honestly, I appreciate you just sticking around till the end of this video, because I know I talked a lot, but I had a lot of fun making this, and I can't wait to put out more content for you guys, so definitely stay tuned, and I will see you in the next one.